So, hi, my name's Kaspar.
I'm David.
Nice to meet you, David.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You're doing all right?
Yeah.
Did you find this place okay?
No, yeah.
Yeah,
It
you don't
is
live too
okay.
far away?
Yeah.
How did you get here?
I catch the bus.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. And would you like a glass of water or a cup of tea?
Maybe water because
Water
it
is
hot.
fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
great. So what we're doing here today, since this is our first meeting, we're just going to get to know each other a little bit better.
Yeah.
And maybe talk about some of the things that are going on in your life,
Yeah.
get to know you better. Also, I might use this time to tell you that everything that you tell me today is going to be strictly private and confidential, so only between us. So feel free to tell me anything that you like that's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Could be your struggles, or it could be the good things also, what makes you happy, what's troubling you. There is a limit to the things that I can keep private. If there is some kind of a risk to you, or if you're in any kind of danger, as a mandatory reporter, I might be required to disclose that to my supervisor. But other than that, it's only if you're at risk, or if there's a risk to others, or risk of damage to property, that I'm required to tell the supervisor. Otherwise, everything that you tell me is only strictly between us, and it's confidential and private. There'll also be some documentation that you might be required to sign stating that. So is that clear enough to you?
Yeah.
Do you understand
clear.
that?
Yeah, I understand. I do
very
understand.
good. Yep, great. And if I happen to be talking too fast or say something that you don't understand, feel free to ask me to clarify and to be more clear about it, or to explain again. I'm happy to do that also.
Yeah.
Okay? So what brought you here today? What brings you here?
I'm a newcomer here in Australia. So I have a problem with a job. I don't have a job. Because of that, I get many trouble.
Right, I see. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Will you allow me to just take some notes about
no problem. No problem.
about the things that we discussed?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. It just helps me to remember in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to be clear, you stated that you're a newcomer here?
Yeah.
So newly arrived to Australia?
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
I came from Congo.
The Congo?
Yeah.
Okay, how exciting. Great. Yeah. Congo. And you stated also that being new here, you don't have a job?
Yeah, I don't have a job. I am looking for a job. But it is hard to find a job.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Don't have a job.
That is the one problem, the main problem, I can say. But there is also another problem, the culture problem.
Right.
The culture here is different to my culture.
Your culture. Yeah.
So everything here, it is new for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that is the second problem. But the main one is about the job.
It's about the job. Yeah, I can imagine how difficult it must be coming into a new environment, and especially getting a job as well is so difficult.
And living
for a lot
without
of people.
a job in a new environment.
Right.
That is difficult.
Right. Okay, and what kind of jobs were you looking to do in particular?
Normally, I was in my home country, a French teacher. And that was my career. My career in
Oh, that's good, teaching French.
Yeah.
Okay. And with this, and would you like to be also a French teacher here, maybe? Or what were you looking to do?
Yeah,
exactly?
but here the problem, people use English. They don't use French. Since I came here, I didn't understand even one word in French.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So becoming a French teacher here, I think that it is not easy.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would say your one of your concerns is that you wouldn't be able to find work as a French teacher here. Is that what you believe?
Maybe after time,
Mm.
but for this time, I can. I need any job. For this
Right,
time.
I see.
Yeah.
So what we'll do right now is maybe discuss some possibly goal setting for you.
Yeah.
So what kinds of things you would like to achieve
Yeah.
in the short term to
Yeah.
start off with, and then maybe we can look at looking into the longer term, maybe what you would like to achieve in the future.
Yeah.
So in the short term, you stated just looking for any job sounds like the way to
At
go.
the moment.
At the moment, yeah.
But in the future, I want to be a French teacher if it is possible.
Oh, okay. So long term, you just stated you want, if possible, to be a French teacher?
Yeah.
Okay. And the short term, you're more worried about money
Yeah.
just
yeah.
right now
Yeah, I need
For
money
right-
now.
for the immediate concerns? Okay. And have you spoken with any other organisations prior to talking with us? Or
I think this organization is the first.
this one is the
Yeah.
first? Okay. Okay. So we do have, we can help you with some of these things, okay? So, for example, your immediate concern for financial assistance,
Yeah.
we can probably help you a little bit with that. We can, in Australia, we can refer you to some organisations that are available to help you, such as Centrelink is one, which can provide you with immediate financial assistance. So they usually have people to help you discuss your options.
Yeah.
They might be able to help you with rental assistance, so they can help you pay your rent. If you're unemployed, they can provide you with unemployment benefits also. They have certain criteria,
Yeah.
so there will be someone to sit down and talk about those things with you. We can provide you with the number to call them. We might even be able to call them on your behalf.
Yeah.
And have a chat with them about that. As for getting work, they also have, and we also have some job networks that we're in contact with. They might be able to help you with organize your resume, or I might even be able to help you a little bit with that. Contacting employers, possible employers that you might like to work with. We can look at some options for you. For the long term, are you studying anything at the moment in order to? What do you think you could do?
I can do. I think the problem is I have a document from my home country, but those documents needed to be translated in English language. But I need also some training in order to get familiar
Right.
with that job
Right.
here in Australia.
So you need your qualification to convert to an
yeah,
Australian
yeah.
qualification. Okay. Okay. So it might actually be possibly easier than you think,
Yeah.
in the sense that an Australian teaching qualification is 1 year of Masters of Teaching.
Yeah.
So if you already have an existing qualification, for example in languages or in French,
Yeah.
you would need to study the Masters of Teaching, which covers things like pedagogies of teaching and things like that, teaching strategies that are done in Australia within an Australian framework. So things like the Australian legal system for our schools and things like that. It would take you about 1 year's worth of subjects to do that,
If I do that,
to
I
do the
think-
Masters of Teaching.
I think it will help me a lot.
Yeah, so it's actually something that we can maybe look into for you.
Yeah.
I think that's the requirement for the teaching qualification in Australia. If you've already got a subject that you can teach, such as languages,
Yeah.
or history, or English,
Yeah.
or something that you've already completed, I think that's the requirement. Okay, great. So do you have any questions so far about what we've covered?
Yeah. But
Do you have any
the question
concerns?
is how I will know that now. How we will do the how I will get the job.
How to get the actual job?
Yeah.
So we'll need to organize some things first, such as things that you can offer a job, your experiences, for example.
Yeah.
We'll arrange it onto your resume,
Yeah.
which we hand to employers so they know what abilities you have.
Yeah.
But you speak at least French and English. Your English is passable.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things that you mentioned is adjusting to the culture as well.
Culture.
So these are all problems that can be described as connected together.
Yeah.
But don't be overwhelmed
Yeah.
by that. You're doing very well.
Okay.
You speak very well.
Okay.
For someone who just arrived,
Wow,
it's,
really?
you're very your English is quite impressive already,
Okay.
and being bilingual also is an advantage. So your ability to speak French these days is, we sometimes have immigrants from France coming over that
Yeah.
might appreciate someone who is able to speak French.
Yeah.
So don't be disheartened. You're doing very well.
Okay.
And you've got some idea of the things that you would like to achieve in the
Yeah.
short term and in the long term. It gives us a positive direction that we can start moving in. I think someone wants to come in. Okay, so did you have any other questions that you wanted to?
Maybe how I will get contact with Centrelink.
Right, so we'll provide you with a number to call.
Yeah.
And our next meeting, we might start going through putting your resume together,
Yeah.
and start contacting, maybe even contacting jobs once we've got your resume put together. Yeah. And so we'll have some way to progress from there towards achieving these goals.
Yeah.
But I feel it's been a good meeting. I'm glad that you came.
Okay.
It's a great step forward for you.
Mm.
And do you feel happy about today's meeting? Do you
Yeah.
do you feel confident
happy.
about the things we've
Yeah,
discussed?
I feel confident.
Yeah.
I feel confident. I'm happy because now I know what to do in order to get the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our next meeting, I'll call you again.
This meeting
next
is
week.
encouraging.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So I'll call you again next week on Monday, and what time is usually a good time for you to have a meeting?
But
What
at the
time?
moment, like I don't have a job, I think any time.
Anytime is
Yeah,
good for you.
yeah.
How about 1 o'clock? Then
Yeah, okay.
I'll call you and
I can come.
we'll schedule a meeting for 1 o'clock
Yeah.
on Monday, and you can come by the office.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Look forward to seeing you then, David.
Okay, thank you for having me.
You're
Thank
very
you so
welcome.
much. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate.
Okay.
Yeah.